This February, the UFC will return to Australia for the 7th time, with a star-studded Aussie and Kiwi lineup, headlined by Alexander Volkanovski, and joined by ANZ fighters Jack Della Maddalena, Justin Tafa, Jimmy Crute, Tyson Pedro, Josh Coolabau, Shannon Ross, Jamie Malaki, Jack Jenkins, and Shane Young. It's a celebration of MMA Down Under, showing off some of the best we have to offer. But that got us thinking, what if we could combine them? What if we could take the best parts of the best fighters from Australia and New Zealand and create one unbeatable super fighter? We think it would look something like this. We'll start at the top, with the brain of Israel Adesanya. Izzy has long been accused of being a boring fighter, but that's simply due to the fact that he is one of the smartest fighters to ever set foot in the ring. He is methodical, meticulous, almost surgical in the way he can break down his opponents, like against Marvin Vettori, knowing exactly what needs to be done to get the win. Watching Adesanya fight is like watching a supercomputer at work. It might seem boring from the outside, but the excitement is in the details. With the top of the head done, we'll move on to the bottom, taking the chin of Mark Hunt. The Super Samoan is world renowned for having possibly the best chin combat sports has ever seen. Never more prominent than when he survived multiple head kicks from Mirko Cro Cop, which is enough to put mere mortals into months-long comas. Kicks, punches, small-scale car crashes, there is nothing that Hunt can't eat with his diamond chin, rendering our perfect fighter immune to being knocked out. But what will this superhuman head be resting on, I hear you ask? What about the midsection of the fittest man in the UFC, Alexander Volkanovski? Throughout his time in the UFC, Volkanovski has shown that he won't just beat you, he'll outlast you. He'll take the untakeable punches from Holloway, he'll escape the inescapable submissions from Ortega, and come round 5, he'll have barely cracked a sweat. That's the body this fighter needs. Now let's give this guy some arms. We'll start with the left arm of Robert Whittaker, giving us the hook that took out the likes of Derek Brunson and Brad Tavares, and the jab that broke Yoel Romero's orbital bone. It's quick, it's lethal, and they'll never see it coming. Let's be honest, if a guy gets called Bobby Knuckles, you have to take those knuckles. If the left arm is the setup, then the right arm is the get-up, with Tai Tuivasa' massive right arm securely strapped in. If Whittaker's left arm is like a surgical knife, then Tuivasa's right is a nuclear warhead, ready to explode on impact and put any opponent to sleep, from Greg Hardy to Derek Lewis. Tuivasa can end any fight with one big right, so it's only right that we have some Bam Bam in our fighter. The right leg of Pedro is one of the biggest sources of pain this side of the equator. A man who puts the kick in kickboxing, his right leg is the weapon we cannot pass up. And rounding out the lower body is the left leg of Dan Hooker, one of the most versatile fighters ever, and an absolute terror with his legs. While he technically does have more knockouts with his right leg, we can't be giving our perfect fighter 2 right feet. And besides, Hooker's not bad with the left either. Just ask Hatsuhioki. Hooker's legs are long, strong, powerful, and will ensure that our fighter is completely deadly from any and everywhere. Lastly, let's speed this guy up. Kai Kara-France has a lot going for him, but his speed is easily one of his biggest strengths, leading to knockout wins against Cody Garbrandt and Rogerio Bontorin. This is the element we're going to steal here, making our fighter the fastest man in the ring. But you can't see speed, so we're going to grab another part of Kara-France to put on our fighter. Since his nickname is Don't Blink, why don't we use his eyes? And there you have it, the ultimate ANZ UFC fighter. He can withstand any strikes, outlast all opponents, outthink any rival, and end the fight in a million different ways. He might not be the prettiest sight, but you can be certain he's going to get the job done. Now all he needs is a name.